Malagula ka tsipileng slohong thapameng ya kajeno, Ellaton Fitness Zone, e Pethetse kgwedi ya Basadi ka Kampo ya Boikwetliso le Mr World South Africa. Mabenkele a Maholo a Tswella ho Rekisa a ka Tlasa ho ona. Ha University ya Northwest e phunyeleditse ho dipapadi tsa naha tsa Liki ya Sasol ya di-play-offs nakong eo e neng e otla Royal Queens ka Moqebelo Potchefstroom. E re ke amohele mohi ke Thopi ya Mokoatle. Kgwedi ya Phato ya Basadi Pethetse ka noto e hodimo ke mothei wa Ellaton Fitness Zone Mamokete Moleme ka ho kopanya basadi ho ba matlafatsa. Ellaton Fitness Zone ile ya mema Mr World South Africa Lenyana Samuel Chauke ho ba karolo ya bona jalo ka ha hape ba ne ba hlahisa tlhokomediso tsa kgoneho tsa dikotsi tseo basadi ba ka iphumanang ba le ho tsona. Mr World SA o ile ruta basadi le ka ho phela bophelo bo botle jalo ka ha ene le mmokotaba wa letsatsi leo. Samuel Chauke o a bua.
Beautiful. All right. Okay, beautiful. My name is Samuel Chauke, your Mr. World 2024. I'm so excited to be here. I feel like you guys can actually come here and just see how exhilarating it is. Everyone is so happy. So I think as Mr. World Association, we thought it would be best to support women to come to such initiatives because they're teaching them self-defense. And you should know self-defense is not about teaching them how to fight, but actually empowering women. And Mr. World is about that. Not only strengthening men to know how to take care of women, but also strengthening women to know their power. You know, as you can see, even if it's Women's Month and we're celebrating women, but we are also incorporating men because we want men to understand how to care for the women. We want men to not feel intimidated by the strength of women, just to see that women are also independent and they can do what they set their mind to. So I'm here, I'm happy to be part of such an initiative, and such initiative like this, Mr. World supports it. So from me, Mr. World SA 2024, thank you so much for the coverage. Thank you so much for all the sponsors. Thank you so much for Mr. World South Africa for seeing best for me to attend such a meeting. Thank you.
Ketsahalo ena ine ili e kgolo ka ho feta taba ya ho ikwetlisa ine ili sebaka hape sa ho rotloetsa basadi ebile ine ile letsatsi la ho hokahanya ho fufulelwa le ho hodisana jwalo ka basadi. Mamokete Moleme mothei ebile ile mohlophisi wa diketsahalo tsena kaofela o a bua.
Good day. My name is Mamokete Moselakgomo. I'm from Ellaton Fitness Zone. Ellaton Fitness Zone is a club that is located in Ellaton in Klerksdorp, Matlosana. We are celebrating Women's Month. We are closing the Women's Month today. Ellaton Fitness Zone presenting 3rd annual Fitness and Self-Defense Boot Camp, whereby we normally do the self-defense for women. We encourage women to know how can they defend themselves. Why are we doing this, especially in Women's Month? We saw an importance to launch and celebrate Women's Month to teach them self-defense, not only to know how to fight, not only to know how can you fight somebody else, but to prepare your mind, because everything starts psychologically. So if you've got stress, you are welcome to come and pass by there by Ellaton Fitness Zone. So in Ellaton Fitness Zone, we are doing most of the functional event activities. Mostly it's self-defense. We are doing self-defense. We are protecting our women, our men, our youth against the GBV. Again, we are having this initiative that we help those families who are affected by GBV activities. We help the youth who are affected by GBV activities, those who are the child who are like heading the families. We are doing this today as a fundraising event so that we can help them. You know, we help them with basic needs, of course. So the basic needs like food, something to wash, because we know most of the things, if you are hungry, even if your mind can go hungry. So now, psychology-wise, you are going to be depressed. So if you are depressed, there's nothing that you can do positively. So we are saying to women today, as we are closing Women's Month, abafazi basadi are emeng ka maoto ra itse gore re tshwara ka bogaleng ka go ka are tswelleng pele re dula re tshware ka bogaleng fela jalo. And with me I'm having Mr World, whereby Mr World re entse collaboration le bone ba re thusa. Mr. World is part of Ellaton Fitness Zone, so he's helping us. I'm going hand to hand over to Mr. World. And lastly, I'll just like to thank our sponsors, Aquili, VIV Water, G Sport Food in Matlosana. We'd like to say thank you guys. Star FM, we thank you very much for your coverage. Of course, how can I forget our lovely coverage, Platinum FM. Peace out.
PHRU e le mokgatlo o e seng wa mmuso o nkile karolo diketsahalong tsena jwalo ka ha ka mehla ba ema setjhaba nokeng ebile ba eletsa bomme jwalo ka ha re ne re phethela kgwedi ya basadi. Mankomo Nowandile ho tswa ho PHRU wa bua le yena.
Okay, Dimu Mankomo Nowandile inkosazana yakwaNkomo ndihlala extension 7 ndinabantwana abathathu inkonzo endikhonzayo iChristian Church. Yes, and then ndivela ePHRU ndimember ye-CAP ePHRU. Thina siphakathi kwe-community ne-PHRU. Nxa kukho i-study esikhoyo ePHRU bayasixelela thina soxelela umphakathi kuthi kukho into abanceda ngayo. Namhlanje silapha eMatlosana Stadium si-invitiwe yi-Ellaton Fitness Zone. Isi-invitile ukuthi sizojuxuza nabo, sizohambisa imizimba nabo. Into enhle kakhulu. Ndikhuthazela koomama bonke abatsha noma abadala abalingana nam ngale nyanga yomama esivalayo kuthi masingaziyekeleleni bomama, masingavumini kuthi ubunzima businyathelele, masiphakameni bomama, siboniseni ukuthi siyaphila nathi singomama, sinabantwana abasilandelayo emva abafuna ubona ukuthi senza ntoni. Ndiyabulela kakhulu bomama ngayo yonke into. Enkosi.
Ellaton Fitness Zone e thusitse setjhaba ka boikwetliso le bophelo bo botle. Mmabotle o bua pale ya hae ka mo Ellaton Fitness Zone e ileng ya mo thusa hore a matlafale.
I'm pretty Notembeko. I'm residing at Ellaton and I'm a member of the Ellaton Fitness Zone. Ke startile to join a gym ka March. When I joined the gym, wow, it was tough for me. Bendingakwazi nothini. I was always sick. I was always tired at work. But now my life has changed a lot. My life has really changed for the better. We gym for 4 days, from Monday to Thursday. But I can tell you, wherever you are, come to us at Ellaton. Join us at Ellaton. You are never going to regret.
Ha re hatela pele e re kene ho phapusi tse hodimo mo boitumelo monare a itlhophisitseng ho buisana le Mmabotle Buhle Tshoniswa ngwanana wa kanana Ogni ya hapileng sekola sa Miss Northwest Exclusive 2024 natifelwa.
Welcome to yet another PNW exclusive. I'm Boitumelo Monare, and today we are joined by your Miss Northwest Exclusive 2024, Miss Buhle Tshoniswa. Buhle, hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good. Just how are you feeling today?
I'm excited and grateful for everything. So yeah, emotions are still all over the place, but soon it will sink in.
So just take us through the moment that you are crowned. No, before that, let's begin at the start of like your story. What led to you want to join pageantry in the first place?
So in 2022, I went through a skin condition that led me to being bullied by some of the people from my community. So at that time, I had depression and anxiety, and I went through a neuroclinic. So I was taking antidepressants. So then I went to my uncle, Kenneth, and he's the one that spoke me through the process to enter pageants and to inspire young girls and women that are actually going through whatever it is that I'm going through, or that feel less of a woman because of their physical appearance. So it was just a way of me to inspire them to love themselves and know that they are worth it. And then in 2022, I entered Miss Grand South Africa. I ended up as a finalist, and then I went to Miss Klerksdorp. In 2023, I ended up as a finalist. And then in 2024, I entered Miss Northwest Exclusive and I won the crown.
And you did win.
Yes.
So at that moment, you're standing at the stage
Yes.
and they call up your name. What are the emotions that you're feeling? What are the thoughts in your mind?
Yeah.
Are you shaking? What's happening?
I was surprised because I didn't think I would take it. I think it's normal for one to feel that way. So I was shaking and I'm honestly very grateful. I didn't know what to do at that time. I was crying, and the reigning queen at that time was the one that led me through the way and showed me what to do, walked with me, held my hand. So I was grateful and excited because I know that my win is not just only for me, but it's going to change my community and how young people from my community think and how they perceive the world. And maybe it will encourage them to also pursue their dreams and their passions.
Right.
Yeah.
So with this specific pageant, Miss Northwest Exclusive 2024, were there any challenges in preparation that you faced leading up to the win?
Yes, there were times where I wanted to give up because the work was a lot. And I had school, and at school I have practical. So balancing everything was quite challenging for me. And also getting other people to come in and support me was a struggle, but I learned to do everything by myself, and it taught me how to be resilient. Hard work really pays off. So with all the experiences that I got from working alone and working with my team, I'd say that I learned how to be resilient, and that is the most important thing. The challenges were just that, the timing and the balance and getting people to just come in and support. But everything happened slowly and people were slowly coming to support. And I started having a family, like a supportive family of people that I don't even know, but they were supporting me. So I'm grateful for that also. Yeah.
So you just mentioned now your team.
Yes.
You mentioned family is in there, but are there like specific people, let's say besides Uncle Kenneth, who
Yes.
inspired the story to begin with?
Yes.
Are there specific people in your team that you feel like when times are really dark and tough, they're always there, your support structure?
Yeah. Besides my family, I also work with Nosti from Joretina. He is my hairstylist. He does my hair. But at time to time, he would just call me over that would just relax. When I want a donut, I can eat a donut. You know, he doesn't restrict me in anything. And he was just there whenever I needed someone to talk to. He would call me just to check up on me and everything. And also getting messages from people, you know, from people from Facebook and Instagram.
Even
just
if you
telling
don't
me,
know them.
Yes, telling me that they are part of me, really pushed me to go harder. So yeah.
So speaking of challenges in the pageantry world, one of the names that come up is Chidinma Adechina.
Yes.
I mean, she recently on Saturday when you won this title, she won Miss Universe Nigeria 2024, but only after, you know, all the trouble and the xenophobic attacks that she went through for being a finalist in Miss SA. How did that make you feel, that whole saga?
Firstly, when you enter a pageant, I think you allow yourself, you put yourself in a space where you allow people to judge you and people to think that they have control over your life. People will restrict you from doing certain things, so they will expect you to do certain things, you know. So you need to find your way and know yourself. And with her story, I feel like because she was born and bred in South Africa, it's my opinion. I feel like it makes her South African because she was born and bred here. And in South Africa, it's all about citizenship. It's not about your blood or your culture or anything like that, because we are a rainbow nation. However, the investigations were done and the outcomes happened. And she went to Miss Universe and she won Miss Universe. And I feel like her story is going to inspire a lot of people, not only women, but a lot of people that are going through the same situation as she is. Maybe people out there feel like they don't belong and they could actually relate to her story. So I just can't wait for her to work out everything and find herself, and I can't wait to see the work that she has to put in for Nigeria and the rest of the world.
And cases like hers, is that something we see a lot in the pageantry world, where young women are made to feel like you don't deserve to be here?
Yes.
Yeah.
They do, because people are entitled to have their own opinion, but some just take it overboard. They feel like they could just say anything, and they don't bear in mind that you also, as a pageant girl, have feelings.
Right.
You go through a lot of things. Already you have to give and serve for your community, and you expect people to support you, but instead there is like 20% supporting you and 80 is against you, and you don't even know why. You don't even know what you're doing wrong. So mentally, it takes a lot to be a pageant girl. Yeah.
So many little girls now, they dream of being like this princess. I know I myself, used to watch Cinderella, Princess Belle, and you want to wear the crown. So what advice or practical advice would you give to little girls who say, I want to be like Buhle? You know what I mean? Like what maybe core skills would you advise that they develop to reach where you are?
Okay. First of all, I'd like to say that I am available to mentor and to inspire or empower any young girl that feels like they're inspired by my story, or not even my story, but they want to pursue their passions. I'm available on Instagram at Buhle Tshoniswa and on Facebook at Buhle Tshoniswa. So they are more than welcome to text me and tell me what they want to do, and I'll guide them and direct them into the right paths. Because often people think that once you win, you're not accessible, you're not relatable. But I want people to relate to me. I want people to have access to me so that I can help them. It doesn't have to be young girls also. If you're a mother and you feel like you want your daughter to come or to go through the same path, then you're more than welcome to also inbox me and I'll help you. And to all the girls, I would say that please start. Know the reason why you want to start first. Because often you would see with the Miss Northwest journey, we have great sponsors. We had many opportunities, nice luxury lifestyles. We were booked in guest house, in hotels. We were traveling with Master and all that. So people would want to enter because of those reasons, But I would say first, know the reason why you want to enter. Know what you want to go for. It doesn't have to be pageantry, whatever you're passionate about, just know the reason why you're doing it. And then you start. And when you start, you need to believe in yourself, because everything starts with you. And don't compare yourself to abangan bako. Just focus on yourself. But when other people win, you clap, and you clap with your pure heart, knowing that your time will come, because things take time. Everything is a process. Yeah.
So some skills unfortunately can't be taught. So maybe a girl can be taught how to walk in heels, public speaking, how to ace an interview. But like, what are some qualities that you feel like to be a true pageant princess or queen should a title holder possess naturally?
I think you need to be authentic, be relatable. People have to relate to you, to relate to your story. So if you choose to advocate for something, it must come from within, so that when we, like, maybe let's say you're sleeping and we wake you up, say, hey, what are you advocating for? You need to be able to speak, and you need to be able to give us reasons in everything. So you need to be authentic and relatable to everyone. Just because you won now, don't think that you can't be accessible or you can't go to the mall without bodyguards and everything. It's not about that. So just be relatable and be free and open to inspire and empower everyone you meet.
So for me, a picture I'll never forget is that of former Miss South Africa and later Miss Universe 2019, Zozibini Tunzi.
Yes.
Right. There was a picture of her on Instagram. She posted she was back in her homeland in Tswella, in Eastern Cape. And in the picture, she's just wearing her home clothes. She's wearing a duke.
Yeah.
And she's cooking over like this 3-legged pot, So my question is, who is Buhle, when the heels come off and the makeup and the crown is set down? Who is Buhle? What can she be seen doing?
Buhle can be seen on the streets going to the tuck shop. Sometimes I just sit at the corner. There's someone that sells Mountwana, So I sit there, sit there and chill with them a little bit, and then I go home. We just talk about life and reflect of the things that are happening in our community. But recently we've been talking about substance abuse and how it's taking our youth, and we've known big shots that turned into nobodies because of substance abuse. So I'm a very relatable person. I don't like traveling by car. So there is a
You
complex...
prefer plane, private jet?
No. I really prefer walking.
Okay.
So instead of taking a local cab, I would walk to maybe the complex or everything. So yeah, people will see me more in my community, walking around, you know, and all
at
those kind
home.
of things. Yes, yeah.
So I know I mentioned Zozibini and other names. Recently, Mia Leroux was crowned. But do you have any role model or celebrity pageant that you idolize?
I think for me it's Zozibini because she changed the pageant industry for all women. At first it was that you need to be petite, you need to be slim, you need to have nice hair, you need to be light skinned and all that. But she came in as her true self. She had short hair, she was dark skinned, and what she stood up for is what really made me like her, because she stood up for women leadership. And she opened up spaces for women to actually go for what they want, to dominate in male-dominated careers.
Right.
So women are now included in other spaces where they were excluded. So I think she is one of the best Miss South Africas and Miss Universe that we have had so far.
So how far do you want to take this? What is your aspiration for this career to go? How far?
I think for me, I want to start by giving back and serving my community, not just Kanana, but all the communities, especially those small communities within communities. You know, they are like there's a township and then there are villages. So I want to reach out to all those small communities and actually big ones, it doesn't matter. In all of Northwest, I want to teach people. I want to inspire young children, and I also want to actually minimize the substance abuse intake that is happening in our communities. I want young children to see me and to see hope, to see change, to see that it is possible for you to do whatever it is that you want to do, and it is possible for you to win if you put in the hard work. So yeah, I want to teach people about the causes of substance abuse, because as people, we're quick to judge. When you see street kids, you feel like, no, this person that doesn't deserve my help because they ran away from home. But we never ask ourselves that, what led to this person to run away from home? Why is he or she smoking whatever it is that they are smoking? Sometimes they do it because they're hungry and it helps them, or sometimes it keeps them warm at night. So I want to teach people how to sympathize with everyone and understand and not judge before knowing the reason why something is happening.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know, there are so many titles and you've achieved so much over the course of not just your pageant but of your life.
Yes.
But when you sit down with yourself, how would you define success for yourself? Does it include the titles that you've earned? What is success for you?
I think success for me is being relatable, like people relating to me, and everything that I've achieved so far, the partnerships and the collaborations that I've achieved have turned me into someone that is actually resilient, like I said, and persistent to keep on working, to keep on doing more work so that people can actually know who I am and what I stand for, and also support me as I support other people. So as I look back in my achievements from high school and in my achievements now, I feel like I am a changed person. It has changed me, and I can't wait for the new me to start challenging myself even more and achieving more for myself. Yeah.
Well, we all can't wait to see
Thank you so much.
how far you go, how you challenge yourself, and we'll definitely have your back and support you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
There you heard it from your Miss Northwest Exclusive 2024, Miss Buhle Tshoniswa. Stay with us and we will be back again with you. Until next time, good night.
Thank you.
Re hatela pele ANC e tshetlehetse metjha ya ditaba ka maemo a GNU, VBS le diqoso kgahlano le semelane. Nehau e dumetse ho hula nyewe ya ho diha seriti ya milione tse 2 kgahlano le mongodi wa ANC KwaZulu-Natal Bheki Mtolo. Sena se latelwa ke kopano e bileng pakeng tsa Nehau, ANC le Mtolo maobane ka Mantaha, mo mongodi wa Provense a dumetseng hore o tla kopa tshwarelo ka mantswe ao a buileng kgahlano le union.
The meeting was cordial, robust and honest in the articulation of the impact of Comrade Mtolo's remarks on members of Nehau. In our robust engagements on matters of mutual interest, we agreed that members of the Alliance and by extension their affiliates, are independent organizations that are well within their rights in expressing dissenting views on the policy positions and decisions of the African National Congress. However, the alliance partners have always differed on a variety of issues and have always managed to engage on issues by ensuring that the space for political engagement remains open. There is no reason that we cannot address the current challenges in a similar manner. The meeting appreciated that Comrade Mtolo's remarks were unfortunate, and the platform chosen to air such views fueled the tensions, rather than a constructive political engagement between members of the alliance. We therefore resolved that Comrade Bheki Mtolo, the Provincial Secretary of the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal, will issue an unconditional apology to Nehau and retract the unfortunate remarks he made. Similarly, Nehau will withdraw the court challenge against the ANC and the Provincial Secretary in this regard.
Ka kgwedi ya Phupu selemong sena Mtolo o qositse basebetsi ba Nehau ka ho hloleha ho setjhaba sa rantsho ka ho ba neha phano ya ditshebeletso tse futsanehileng ho mafese, dikantoro tsa SASSA le ditheo tse ding tsa mmuso. Mongodi kakaretso wa mokga wa makomonisi le mapaila ha soka ikamahanya le mmuso ona wa jwale wa GNU wa kopanelo ya puso. Empa Mbalula o hanane le seo a bua hore kopanelo ya puso ke kgetho e ntle tlasa maemo le ditlhophiso tseo ha jwale di sebeletsang mokga wa ANC molemong wa teng.
Respected ally of the ANC, and Comrade Solima Paila at the helm of the Communist Party is a respected leader of that party and respected by the ANC. And in his characterization of the ANC, we need to be matured and respectful to each other without pulling punches, that the party may not agree with the GNU. And like I said, who won the GNU? We didn't struggle for GNU. You look at our strategy and tactics, we don't struggle for GNU. Our strategic objective is to remain in power forever. And the Comrade Mapaila, when we engaged the first meeting of talks about talks and consultations, the issue that he raised there was that, comrades, how do we safeguard political power? That's what is important. Now, we responded to that. What needs to be done? And we responded through a GNU. We had many options on the table, and other people then want to redefine and say that this is a grand coalition because one person from the DA said this is an agreement between the ANC and the DA when there is no such. We have signed agreements with 10 political parties. There were 11, and the other one withdrew and went back to the Progressive Alliance, so-called Progressive Alliance in Parliament. And we remained. And all political parties are happy and they are serving in the GNU. And that's what has actually happened.
ANC kapa African National Congress o kgolwa ha projeke ya ho iphumana e tsamaya hantle ebile e bona ha mmuso wa kopanelo ya naha e le sesebediswa se bohlokwa e hore ba tsebe ho kgutlela matleng a bona. Mongodi kakaretso wa ANC Fikile Mbalula o buile seo ha ne a tshetlehela metjha ya ditaba.
So because we have suffered a setback, we did not get outright majority. We then adopted the path of the government of national unity. What is government of national unity? It's a tactical intervention. It's not permanent. It can change at some point and become something else. But at the end of the day, we're not locking ourselves into a GNU permanently. That GNU will change over time. And that's what the ANC will be working on. So we will engage with Comrade Soli as it is expected, including the assertion that there is a faction of neoliberalism in the ANC led by the president. We'll engage with that. We're not afraid to engagement. We have always said and insisted that this is uncharted waters, and we have explained to our comrades that it's just like when the armed struggle was suspended. There are others who elevated the suspension of the armed struggle from a tactic to a strategic goal. And then we kept on saying, and the leadership of the ANC explained that the armed struggle can be switched on and off at any time because it's a tactic at your disposal. We had options, including to become a backbench party and opposition and rerunning of the elections. We have chosen to work for everybody. And why did we choose to work with everybody? It's for interest of South Africa. In our foundational principles of the statement of intent, overarching is the stability of the country.
Engwe taba e wa buileng ka yona ya diqoso ibile ya diqoso tsa VBS tse kgahlano le letona la toka le ntshetsopele ya molaotheo e leng Thembi Simelane ya unneng ho tswa bankeng ya VBS.
Yes, she has given us a full account to the Secretary General, Comrade Thembi, about what actually happened. I will report to the officials about what she said. Of course, besides that, we've got checks and balances. She will go to the Integrity Commission, present herself, and then we will be advised by Integrity Commission, having evaluated what she said to them, and based on the facts before them, what do they advise? The President is acting on the matter. As you know, he has reported to the country and to all of us that he's awaiting a response from Comrade Thembi in terms of that. I'm sure by now that report has actually come. And then should there be any activity around this matter in the near future, we'll make it public. But the matter is receiving attention of the organization, and Comrade Thembi has been quite cooperative in relation to explaining herself.
Mohiri ke Pethetse na mona re kena kgwebo ya latela. Mabenkele a Maholo a Tswella ho Rekisa a ka tlase ho ona. Lebenkele le leholo la Afrika Borwa la Shoprite le tla rekisa unity e nngwe ya thepa ya bona ho Pepco. Jwalo ka ha e tla sheba haholo ho atolosa ho diaparo, dintho tsa masia le mabenkele a diphoofolo tsa mahaeng. Sehlopha sena se phatlaleditse ka jeno hore se tla rekisa kgwebo ho Pepco ka bilione tse 3 tsa diranta. Me Pepco e leng lebenkele le leholo ka ho fetisisa la diaparo entse e hula ka thata. Tjhelete ena e tlile ho ithusa ho lebenkele le leholo la online kapa lebenkele le leholo la online la Takealot le lona le boletse ha le rekisitse super ballisti ka lebaka la hore tlhodisano e ne e se e le ngata haholo ho tswa ho Shane le Temu tse tumeng ha jwale. Moikgwa ba rona ke beha bona re phethela ka dipapadi le tsona di latela. Sehlopha sa Afrika Borwa se ho di Paralympics. Mokgahlelong wa ho sesa ho di Paralympics tsa Afrika Borwa, Nathan Hendricks o boemong ba borobedi ho men's 200 meters individual medley eling SM13 mme o phenyeleditse ho ba ho makgaolakgang ha mmoho le Christiana Sadi yena o boemong ba botshelela ho 100 meters backstroke ya banna S7 hit 1. Kate Swanepoel o dutse boemong ba boleshome le motso o mong ho backstroke ya basadi a hatisa khatiso e ntjha ya Afrika empa keke a phunyeletsa kapa ha ka phunyeletsa ho makgaolakgang. Ho di athletics tracks e leng Tesna Abramsi o phumelletse ka ho qeta ho ka metsotso e ka ba mashome a mararo le motso mong le metsotswana le shome le metso e supileng ho T44. Puseletso Mmabotle o qetile wa bohlano ho T63 100 meters ya sprinting. Ha re kena ho tse ding tsa dipapadi, bolo ya maoto ya basadi, Northwest University ke bo Mampudi ba Northwest ho provincial Liki ya Sasol. University ya Northwest e phunyeleditse ho dipapadi tsa naha tsa Liki ya Sasol tsa di playoffs nakong eo yo tlang Royal Queens ka Moqebelo Potchefstroom. Papadi tsena e bile tse matla haholo mo e bileng kgwedi ena ya basadi ne phethelwa teng mme ho ile ha ba le puisano le mokwetlise moholo wa sehlopha sa naha sa banyana le Desiree Ellis mo a ileng a eba le workshop le bakwetlisi ba Provense ya Northwest ba kwetlisang basadi mme o buile le ka diphephetso dikgwetlho tseo ba tobanang le tsona ka hare ho bolo ya maoto, bontate ba kwetlisang basadi le ka moo basadi ba haellang ho ba bakwetlisi bolong ya maoto. Mme pulong ya papadi ena dihlopha tse pedi e leng tsa Kanana Cloud9 le engwe di ile tsa nka sethala ho kwetlisa kapa hona ho ikwetlisa le ho bontsha bokgabane ba bona. Desiree Elisi wa bua ka tsena kaofela.
Well, it started this morning. We had a workshop with coaches. I think the workshop with the coaches was more about giving them information about selection, because we know that's a big bone of contention. How we select, why we select, the type of players we select. It was also showing them, what we do in camp and how they can assist us. That they can work with goalkeepers and strikers, for example, because, goalkeepers especially, there's a very short quality of goalkeepers. So that was some of the things. I used the analysis of the Sweden game for the set pieces for them to understand how we prepared, for that as well. And obviously interaction with them, asking questions. But I think it was important to give them that information and how they can help us, because without the coaches, we can't do the job that we do, because they work with the players 24/7. And obviously today we're here for the final match to qualify for the national championship, which is in October in the Western Cape, and it's Royal Queens who's been before, and NWU. So it's going to be a tough match, but I think I'm not just here to come and watch the match. I'm also here to scout for players, to see if they can add value to the national team. So it's a whole day where we obviously have spoken to coaches, and hopefully going forward with the coaches, they can produce more players for us. But for the players, it's here to showcase their talent and to make sure that the team qualifies for the national championships. Actually not. I was quite surprised. There were quite a lot of ladies, quite a lot of girls, and that for me is encouraging. But we mustn't forget the contribution that men make to our game. We cannot throw that away, and they're still continuing to make a contribution, and we're very grateful for that they have made a contribution. But they must make sure that they also have a female assistant with them, to grow the game and to give opportunities. But for me, I've been coached by males all my life, except for when I was in the national team. And for me, it's about the best person being available for the job, or the best person being able to do the job. So it was very encouraging, and I started off the workshop by saying it's really encouraging to see all the female coaches here. I think we're afraid to take up that position because we're afraid we're going to fail. But in life, it's the same thing. Not everything goes your way. Sometimes there's failure, but you use that. If you know your worth and you know your value and you know your craft, then take up the position. That coaching job doesn't say a male or a female coach. It says a coach. And if you feel you are capable for it, take up the job, because what is the worst thing that can happen? You don't succeed, and then you learn and you grow from there, because we use those failures to make sure that it builds character and to make sure that we improve our craft. So when we get the opportunity, we grab it with both hands. I think there's been female coaches in Castle League, Coach Maud Khumalo, Coach Tracy Pepper. I've coached in male football. Coach Juska has coached in the Diski Challenge, so at Platinum Stars in this very same province. So Coach Gavin Johnson at the time was coach of Platinum Stars, and he gave an opportunity. The other thing is about the owner or the head of the coach being brave enough to giving that female coach an opportunity, and then supporting that and not looking for faults in everything they do.
So your overview as women in a soccer specifically?
I think we in this game because we love what we do. We in this game because we feel we can make the difference. But we need to trust ourselves. We need to know our worth and our value. But we also need to surround ourselves with expertise, because the environment that we're in is a team sport. And it's not Coach Des. It's Coach Des and the technical team, because you cannot do without the goalkeeper coach. You cannot do without the physical trainer. You cannot do without the performance analysts. You cannot do without the assistant coach, the medical team, and the staff. So each and everyone has a role to play, and through that it helps the team. But of course, the most important players are people are the players, because without them, this would not be possible. And sometimes they make the job so easy and make us look good, because you can have all the plans in the world, but if the plan is not executed, it comes to null. So it's just about trusting yourself, it's about taking that opportunity, and make sure that you develop and make sure that you grow, because you work with players that understand the game. So you've got to know what you're talking about, you know. But it's a collective. For me, it's a collective. It's a team effort. It's the senior players involved, the technical team involved, and the coaches out there that do such a fantastic job.
Since we are closing the Women's Month, what can you encourage the women in the sport?
I want to say to the women out there that just remember that your dream is valid, you know. It might not happen when you want it to happen. It might only happen when God feels that you are ready for that. And when you get into that position, make sure that you're not there just for yourself. Your work is going to make sure that others get an opportunity. Because if you're in a male-dominated environment like us, if a woman fails, then they think all women are like that. So whatever you do out there, it's the same as a player that goes abroad. If you're a good ambassador, surely you're going to open doors for others. Make sure that you work on your craft. Make sure that you can be the best that you can be. But most importantly, make sure that you create some opportunities for others to follow you.
Liki ya Basadi ya Sasol ke liki ya bolo ya maoto ya Basadi ya Safa ho di Provense e qadileng selemong sa 2009 nakong eo Sasol le Safa di thehang selekana ho tshehetsa bolo ya maoto ya Basadi. Liki ena le dihlopha tse 144 e leng tsa Provense tse robong. Moelli wa Safa Northwest Ntate Kobile Shopping o bua ka selekane sena sa bona.
My name is Kobile Shopping. No, Safa Northwest Deputy Competitions Chair. So we are gathered here on the 31st of August, whereby the Northwest Province is holding its playoffs. We decided to take this date as we close the Women's Month to celebrate these beautiful women here. And as Safa Northwest, we are very delighted today to have our Banyana coach Desri amongst us, whereby early in the morning we started at the university where she held a successful workshop trying to empower our women coaches as to what are the challenges that we face or they are facing with women players. So on this matter, I would also like to thank our Sasol as our sponsor for bringing these women together. If it was not about if it was not before Sasol, we wouldn't be there. And I wished to also applaud them, their support that they gave us ever since they took our football in our country. It says to us, the Vision 2030, it will be achieved through football and through Sasol. But there is challenges that we are encountering as now Safa Northwest leadership, whereby most of our women teams are coached by men. So going forward, we need to see more women coaches coming into board, more women team managers coming into board, so that we officialize this football, women football, and give it to women as they are rightfully theirs. And one of the challenges that we are having as Safa Northwest football, we say the issue of lack of funding. Yes, we have Sasol here at the level of the regions, but going downwards there, we don't have any funding. And it's very key as a province to make sure that we source this fund so that we empower, we workshop women. We need more women than men. Remember, like Coach Desri alluded earlier in the morning to say, there are certain issue in women football, which is women health. Of which those things, they tell us about maybe the cycles of our women, but our players will not feel comfortable to talk such issues with men, unlike when it was men. So we are appealing to all the women out there. Let's start them young there, and also they must come young also, Luana, so that we must be able to achieve this goal. And we must also not focus on women coaching or women players. We must also bring more referees, women referees, to officiate these games, so that everything, it must be well orchestrated women football, women month, power to women football. For batho ba bontate, I would like to say, bontate, we must always respect women. Remember, as I'm standing here, I come from the womb of a woman. So, let us respect, show respect, and treat them with love, care, and respect.
Ho beng teng ha Liki ya Sasol ke ho thusa dihlopha kapa sehlopha sa setekgeniki sa banyana ho qotsa le ho kgetha dibapadi bakeng sa naha ho tswa dihlopheng tse fapaneng. Mmuelli wa Sasol le yena o a tlatsetsa tabeng ena.
Well, as Sasol, we're very proud to be part of this celebration today of the Sasol League Finals in Northwest Province. And we just want to say well done to Northwest University for clinching their place in the Sasol League National Championship that will take place next month. We're really proud because this is an end product and an end season of hard work. And we just want to say well done to the teams that participated today, well done to the coaches and their respective technical teams. And we're really looking forward to have Northwest University down in the Western Cape for the Sasol League National Championship next month. Well, Sasol has been very deliberate in terms of creating opportunity for our women footballers in this country, and our partnership since 2009 has only delivered but good things to women's football. We've seen how well Banyana is doing on the international stage, and also as part of the value chain of women's football in this country, the Sasol League forms an integral part of what we do collectively and in collaboration with SAFA, and we're very proud of the products that we've delivered as Sasol and our partnership with SAFA.
Ibile letsatsi le bohloko bakeng sa sehlopha sa Rustenburg sa Royal Queens ha ne se hlolwa ke Northwest University jwalo ka ha tebello e ne le kgolo hore ba tla emela Provense papading tse latelang. Mokoatle ho tswa Royal Queens o ntsha maikutlo a hae ka mora ho hlolwa.
Yeah, this coach Selwyn from Royal Queens. Yeah, for my team, we didn't arrive for the game really, but our preparations were top notch. We expected to be an easy game. I thought we won the game while we were still at home. Now, University of the Northwest came prepared. They surprised us. Yeah, 2-0, we couldn't come back. Nobody really pushed for that goal so that we can come back. But good luck to the university, represent the Northwest in the national playoffs. All of the best to them. Yeah, the support was there. It was great. This season it was the best provincial final we've ever had. Two teams competing for that one spot. It was great.
Kamora papadi entle eneng e phepetsa dihlopha ka bobedi le ha Royal Queens e bapetse ka matla jwalo ka ha bare ba tlile e sentse e le bahlodi. Northwest University ha ya dumella seo ya ba otla ha bohloko. Mokotlisi wa Northwest University Azania Moshushu o motloto jwalo ka ha ba ilo emela Provense ya Northwest Western Cape.
Good day, my name is Azania Amkhela Moshushu, and I am from the Northwest University Ladies. I am currently the head coach. We were the Stream B winners, and then today we came here to play for provincial playoffs against Royal Queens, who were also Stream A winners. Overall view of the game was that this was very I think I'm happy for Northwest. This was one of the most challenging playoffs that we have experienced in the past 3 years. It showed that the teams were really doing great in their streams. So even for our team, it was a bit challenging. But I think as the game went, we were able to get into our momentum and then show up and show that the reason why we were number one in our stream. Oh, and I got the best coach. it's a great moment for me. Also, as a person, it shows that it gives me motivation to say that there's something good, there's something there's a development, or I'm doing good in my aspect of being a coach. And I'm grateful to Sasol for giving us the opportunity to be able to play this league, because it really does assist us. It also assists our girls. Most of the time we are occupied with the league, so they don't have time to be doing other things. So I'm grateful to Sasol. Thank you very much. After this game, we are going to have to go and prepare for the national playoffs. That will be, I think, in Western Cape. So yes, that's where we're going. And also there, we are aiming for us to be number one. That's our goal for the year, to be number one. We become the number one, we progress to the next stage. What I can say to women is, for me, how it started was I was challenging the norm to say this is for the men. So I can say to them, as a person, trust yourself, trust that you can do this, and bring the love. Everything shall fall into place.
Northwest University ka mo ineng e hlaba dintlha ka teng ene e ka papadi ena ke ya bona mokaptene Keletso ibile e mong wa dipapadi tsa tournamente.
Hi, my name is Ellaton, the captain of the NWU ladies. Today was a great game. We always wanted to come to the playoffs, and we made it. I'm so happy that my team held it through. I'm so happy with the support that we gave each other. I was able to lead them. They were able to lead me as well. We followed each other's lead, and we came out with a big win. We are very proud of ourselves, and we thank our coach and our institute for supporting us all the way. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm the best player of the tournament. First time for me. I mean, I'm very proud of myself. Thank you.
Moiletsana tsa thapameng ena ke di bea khutlo mona lo futlana kwetlang hape. Tswa honna le moifo ditaba ratehan re ho wena e thu khotso.